So let's understand what is software process. So in this video I will cover only a one point, that is generic process model, and in that a generic process model there is a 3 point: define a framework activity, identify a task set, process pattern. And I am referring this book, Roger Pressman, Software Engineering, a Practitioner Approach, MC Graw-Hill. So what is a software process? When we develop any product, any software, we follow some steps, but these some steps are predicted tests. But if we follow them, we can create a high quality product or system. So this is nothing but the software process. So very first, let's understand what is a generic process model. So this is the figure which is I'm taking from Roger Pressman book. So let's understand very first generic process framework activity. So it contains communication, planning, modeling, construction and deployment. So what is communication? Communication is nothing but the software team need to be communicate with the user stakeholder before actual implementing your software or product. Communication is a very first step. The next is planning. It contains some technical task, risk, what resources we required, scheduling of each work. So this is some activity we should plan it. That's nothing but planning. Modeling means you should create a model for the better understanding what is your requirement and what is your design. The next is construction. So you combine a code generation and testing is nothing but the construction. Deployment, it's the last step which you finally deploy your product to your to user, deliver your software or product to your user. That is nothing but deployment. The next is with additional is umbrella activities. So umbrella activity is contained very first is a project tracking and control. So in this, software team should track of project progress according to the project plan, and it will take a necessary action for maintain the schedule. That means if your project is not goes according to the plan, then we should take some action. This is nothing but project tracking and control it. The next is risk management. We should manage the risk. If you not manage the risk, then there is a bad impact on your quality of your product and outcome of your project. The next is quality assurance. If there is a no quality, then your software or your product is useless. So we should perform some activity to maintain the quality of our product or system. Then configuration management. If we are changing anything in the project, it will not affecting to the other models. We should maintain the configuration about it. Then technical reviews and others. So in this we should remove some error and then go forward. Technical, so for that purpose technical review is important, so that we will know is there an error in our project or not. Then there is a software engineering action. So in this software engineering action, it is contain work task, work product, quality assurance point and milestone. So work task is need to be completed, work product means your it will produce something, quality assurance is need to be required, milestone means it will show the progress of your project or of your project. Then this is the process flow. The very first is a linear process flow. In this there is a 5 framework: communication, planning, modeling, construction and deployment. And this all the 5 frameworks activity is executed in a sequence. Then next is iterative process framework. So this activities is repeated before move forward. Then evolutionary process flow, that means all the activities are executed in circular manner. In a parallel process flow, one or more activity in a parallel manner with other executed. That means one activity is executed in a parallel manner with other activities. Then, so here we are completing the generic process model. Then define a framework activity. Before applying any framework activity to your software process, the software team need to have a proper information. So let's consider if you have a small project. So the following activities is performed. The very first is make a contact with the stakeholder via telephone. Discuss the requirement, take out notes, then organize the notes in a brief written statement, then email to the stakeholder for the review and approval. So these activities are performed if you develop any small project. But if you develop complex project, then this activity should perform inspection, initiation, elaboration, negotiation, specification, and validation. So let's understand what is inspection. Inspection is nothing but understand the problem, type of people who want the solution of this problem, what is the nature of this solution, and it should be then effective communication with your stakeholder and user. That means software team should be effectively communicate with your user and a stakeholder. So there is an effective communication in between the software team and stakeholder, user, etc. Then next is initiation. In this, when you talk with the customer or any other people, you should clarify the objective of our system, whether this system is fit into our business, how this system is used on a regular basis, how the use of this system is increased day by day. So in this initiation, it contains the problem of scope, problem of understanding, and problem of volatility. So what is the problem of scope? The scope is nothing but boundary of your system. That means whether customer is providing correct objective, is they provide a correct technical requirement. Based on the problem, are you clarifying your system? This is how problem of scope. The next is a problem of understanding. User or customer don't have a knowledge about any computer environment, any technical knowledge, but system engineer have that knowledge. So system engineer role is clearly understand the problem, what user or what other stakeholders are says about project. The next is a problem of volatility, that is a requirement of system is changes over time. The next is elaboration. Elaboration is nothing but actual implementation, that is develop your product or system which contain function, class, algorithm, mathematical model, and so on, and how your customer or user is interact with your system. The next is negotiation. So here negotiation in terms of cost and risk, whether we are write any unnecessary requirement, can we modify it, if there is a same requirement can we combine that requirement, and so on, and arrange the requirement as per the priority. The next is a specification. It means specify all the detailed information about your system. So this specification is represented in either in a document form, either in a graphical form, either in a mathematical form, and collection of user scenario or prototype or any combination of this. So this is nothing but a specification. So here this is a software requirement specification template. This template I taken from Roger Pressman Brook. So here we can see this is some table of content. In that they mention the introduction, purpose, document convention, what is the scope of your project, references, what is then in overall description they mention product perspective, product features, user classes, existing features, then external interface requirement, what is user, hardware, software, communication interface. In other non-functional requirement they mention performance, safety, security requirement, software quality assurance, and so on. And this is the requirement. this is a validation checklist, requirement validation checklist. Again, here I'm taken from Roger Pressman book. So from that, is requirement stated clearly or it is wrongly defined? Whatever the requirement of the system, for that purpose, are you identifying the source of the requirement or not? Is your requirement is tested or not? Requirement is traceable to the whole system objective or not? So these are some uh, question you have to clear. So here we are completing the define framework activity. Then we will see what is identifying a task set. So what is task set? Task set is nothing but actual activity performed for achieving objective of your project. That is nothing but task set. So there are different task set: work task, work product, quality assurance point, and milestone. So if you have a small project, then what is the task set is required? So here I'm here this is a task set for the small project with respect to the requirement gathering. So first, make a list of stakeholder, invite the stakeholder for the informal meeting, then ask stakeholder for the list out the features and functions which is required. Then from that features and function, discuss all that and make a final list. Then arrange the requirement on the priority basis, and also identify the area of uncertainty. This is the task set for the small project. This task set for the complex project with respect to the requirement gathering. First, uh, which is same as a small project, make a list of stakeholder, make a meeting with the stakeholder individually, list out the features and functions, then schedule the meeting, conduct a meeting, produce informal users. So these are the task set for the complex project with respect to the requirement gathering. So very first is to make a list of stakeholder, make a meeting with the stakeholder, then list out all features and functions according to each stakeholder, then schedule the meeting, conduct a meeting, produce informal user scenario, then refine that user scenario as per the stakeholder feedback, then create a revised list as per the stakeholder requirement. Then for a prioritized requirement, use user quality function deployment, then package requirement so that they can be delivered incrementally, then comment constraint and restrictions, and try to find out the discuss method for validating the system. The next is a process model. In this, identify the process related problem during software engineering work. Try to find out the environment where problem has been encountered and suggest the solution to that problem. Then here is a template for the process pattern. The very first is the name of the pattern. Then second is forces. That means environment where the problem has been encountered and because of the issues system problem is visible and may affect its solution. Then types of pattern. So here are three types of pattern: is stage, task, and phase pattern. So in a stage pattern is nothing but stage is nothing but a step. So this pattern is contains some multiple task pattern which is relevant to the stage pattern. So here we can consider the establishing communication is a stage pattern. For example, establishing communication is a stage pattern. So task pattern is nothing but requirement gathering is a task pattern of establishing of requirement gathering is a task pattern where stage pattern is the establishing communication. That means, so let's say for the example, our stage pattern example is a establishing communication. So requirement gathering is a task pattern when your stage pattern is establishing communication. Then third is a phase pattern. Define the sequence of framework activity that occurs within the process even when the overall flow of the activity is in iterative nature. So if it is an iterative nature, then the example of the phase pattern is a spiral model or prototyping. The next is initial context. On what basis or under what condition you are applying this pattern. So before applying any pattern like phase, stage, task, stage, phase and task, then this is some question: what organizational or team related activity have already occurred, what is the entry state of the process, what software engineering information or project information is already exists. So this is a question which I taken from again Roger Pressman book. So this is some example related to clearly understand what is initial context. Then very first is a customers and software engineers have established a collaborative communication. Then successful completion of a number of task pattern for the communication pattern has occurred. Then the project scope or basic business requirement and project constraint are known. Then problem, this is the next. Then next is a solution. That means how the project information is available before they initiate the pattern, so that it will result into the successful execution of pattern. Then resulting context. After successfully execution of pattern, these are the questions, right? What organization or team related activity must occur? What is the exist state of the process? What in software engineering information or project information has been developed? Then related pattern. For example, the stage pattern communication is contain the task pattern is project team, collaborative guidelines, scope isolation, requirement gathering, and so on. Then known uses and examples. That means communication is compulsory at the beginning of every project, throughout the project, and also when development of the project is going on. So summary is address the problem and detailed information in the form of task pattern of every stage pattern. So this is a summary of process pattern.